Welcome to Soulfire Tarot. My name is Steve. This is a reading for Sagittarius for the month of February 2025. And with that, a dingling. Pure tone. Beautiful. I have here the cards pre-shuffled. And with that, let's see what's going on, Sagittarius, for this month during this time. Seeing some upward progression here, Sagittarius. Usually I feel guided more towards the middle and the bottom of the deck. But for you, to beginning, we have the Empress. The Empress holding strength, astuteness, a tempered balance, a grace in her nature, her attunement, her poised position of ease, grace, and the subtle power. Her intuition and her inner guidance is facilitated largely by her feelings and her connection with the world and life at large. She has herself poised here, thoughtful, holding the power of creation, the tempered ability to access the hidden and unseen realms. Perhaps you, Sagittarius, are in a position like this or have this power and ability calling for you at this time in your relations of life. We have the Knight of Swords, one who is ardently excelling at the expression and direction of the transmission of their ideas. Their thoughts are clear. They are set on a decision. They are poised and positioned with power, with expectation, amidst all ability seen otherwise, to carry through and to lead with a certain decision. An idea that you champion, the new, the swift, something that will change the order of life, has come forward during this time, of which you may seize to bring peace, plentifulness, and the ability to step forward with the power of your mind and the clarity of these ideas. Although there may be resistance to this judgment, to this idea, to this change, some may not want to accept it. Perhaps in some way, you yourself may be in resistance to this idea, to this change. Old structures are collapsing. New ideas, new orders, new exigencies. Things are changing. Ideas are battling. The old is crumbling, staging for the new. Some dreams might be coming to a pause. Some things might seem uncertain with regards to our hopes, to our dreams, to our feelings of the romance of being alive. But this is a time where craft and work makes of great effort might be prized and poised for the coming of the new dawn. Diligent, sensitive. You see here holding an orb representing the world, and the staff representing her ability to assess and make of what she will, to logically analyze, to set and stage, to be able to cross, transition, strategize, the planning of making a new world, a new structure. What forth may this be in your life, Sagittarius? And let's see where things have been coming from to influence this time. Oh, two have snuck. A battle of ideas, passion, rending changes, decisions, reordering of power. Perhaps somebody has battled for their ideas in that decision. Somebody else might have had their head cut off. Perhaps that was you. Perhaps you were the one making the decision. We see here in its upright form the Ten of Wands, a guardian at the threshold, an old man, an old guard with his dog, with his beast, and the ability to hold forth passage into this emblazoned room of fire, of glory, of transformation, and that of perhaps pain. Though in the reverse, it might suggest that perhaps there was a threshold of our fears of something guarding, with our ideas and direction, taking action boldly to make a change. Perhaps that did not come to pass. Perhaps this is a gateway that still beckons to us. Perhaps there's obstruction. Perhaps there had been obstruction. Perhaps there was not enough. And towards the future, we have new beginnings, symbolized by the Fool, in a field not far from harvest, by a rose bush and a wolf, a young child, innocently poised to begin to new life, to a new journey, to where things might become in a world with already established creatures. Perhaps the wolf could be a guardian. Perhaps the wolf could be a guide. Perhaps the wolf has our best interest, or perhaps it does not. Perhaps the boy will learn to trust himself. As things trend to the making of a new life, to a new order, the passage of creation, we are being observed in time by others. Others observe us. There's a sense of nobility in their graceful yet strong and poised preparation to be able to create on the ideas that they have to bring to life, to bring into the fold, to bring into the ground. And with these changes, there may be anxiety, uncertainty, woe, weariness. There might be a loss of connection. Perhaps we need to connect with those we love. Perhaps we need to connect, nurture, and guard a part of ourselves to prevent needless worry, to prevent needless suffering. The Princess of Swords I see a nobility and guard here, an ability to be armed with reason, to have this as one's strength, the ability to champion this for yourself and others, to be in a position of noble air. What ideas do you bring forth for life, for the good? What things might you be guarding and protecting? And once again, as in my last reading with Scorpio, things are changing. Things are afoot. There is a decision to be made, and there is much power and momentum behind these. We see here the Chariot with the sign of Cancer, the crustacean with its soft inside but hard exterior, nevertheless sensitive even on the exoskeleton. A creature that is guarded, but quite agile and adept at protecting itself and surviving amidst adverse conditions. It is a strength of itself to wear its sensitivity. Yet, with the horses, the black and the white, what do these represent to you? All right, Sagittarius, and with that, I'll draw one more card. The deck was split, kind of like the Chariot in its colors. We have here the Four of Pentacles reversed. In its upright, we can see here a man kind of foisting by himself above this chest with a large key. The chest is in the shape of a cube. It appears to be made out of wood. It is strong, and nobody can access it without the key. He keeps it to himself, but why is he alone? He almost looks like he is sad that he has nobody to share what his hidden gifts are. In the reverse position, this might be suggesting this is a time to share your gifts, to perhaps open to some of your treasures, to perhaps be in a position to be able to access and share these things whatsoever they may be. And next, I'd like to go to the Blind Spot Oracle cards produced by Teal Swan. These were produced due to her feeling that oftentimes the tarot was not as adequate as she would hope to unveil certain things hidden within our blind spots. This could be something pertaining to our shadow. This could be something pertaining to the collective unconscious. So, Scorpio, I will shuffle the deck a bit here. Why not give a little ding? Incense. Lovely. Interesting. I've never seen one so low out of the 78 in numerical value. We have the 5. So, let's see what the 5 has to say. Bulldozing. If you have drawn the sigil, you are bulldozing a part of yourself in the situation. Consciousness itself functions like water. If you are looking at a river from above, you can see that a large river often branches off into smaller rivers, and each time this happens, there is less water available to the main river. Due to trauma, which occurs in all people's lives with no exception, the question is simply to what degree Our consciousness splits just like the river does. It splits so that instead of the whole, we are fragmented. It is easier to comprehend this process of splitting, that is, fragmentation, of terms of how it affects our being by imagining that when our consciousness splits as the result of trauma, our ego splits in two, and it can do this over and over again. This means even though we have one body, within that body, we end up with multiple selves. The best way to picture this is to imagine the inside of your body. You have a collection of Siamese twins. They are technically all conjoined because they all share one body, but each one has its own identity, its own desires, needs, perspective, strengths, weaknesses, and appearance. Some of these internal Siamese twins we like and identify with, others we disidentify with, suppress, deny, and disown. We have good reason, though, for approving of parts of ourselves and rejecting others, but no matter how we spin it, it means that we are polarized. You have experienced this polarization any time that you come to a place where you have to make a decision and part of you says yes while another part of you says no. When we are faced with this situation, we usually begin to play a zero-sum game internally. We make a decision, so part of us that says yes has won, and the part that says no loses. It is as if the part of us that is saying no to something is standing in front of a bulldozer being driven by our other part, and instead of creating resolution so that both parts feel in alignment with the choice being made, the one driving the bulldozer simply runs right over the one protesting. This creates an internal atmosphere of distrust. It is an antagonistic internal atmosphere. The Siamese twins that we tend to bulldoze the most are those that feel fear. We cannot bulldoze our fear without creating more fear. Instead, we need to take loving care of our fear. In this situation, you must consider that the part of you that is being bulldozed exists and is currently holding a very important personal truth that you need to look at instead of ignoring or minimizing it. You have important feelings that need to be felt and that need to be met, but you are simply bulldozing forward with the idea that you shouldn't feel those things and you shouldn't need those things. If you have drawn the sigil, you are bulldozing a part of yourself in this scenario. That is why you feel like you are moving forward and doing things in spite of yourself. You would be wise to understand that you cannot do this and feel good or manifest anything good necessarily at the same time. In this situation, you need to make sure that you move forward on decisions only after you have achieved a state of alignment between your internal Siamese twin selves. Fascinating. All right, Sagittarius, thank you for being here. I hope this reading may be of some value to you in this month of February 2025. Once again, my name is Stephen. This is Soul Fire Tarot. If this was of any value to you, please like and subscribe. I'll be continuing this journey. And if you'd like to leave a comment, I'd be happy to read your thoughts. Thank you.